Hey there, Michael Mann checking in here from Athens, Georgia, and I'm joined tonight by Robert Cooper. Robert, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Robert Cooper. Right now, I work as a financial analyst for a company called Southwire. It's the biggest wire and cable manufacturer in North America right now. It's located in Carrollton, Georgia. But I'm in a finance rotational program, which a lot of companies will do. I'm kind of the numbers guy. I'm responsible for generating those reports and giving them that information whenever they need it or on a monthly basis.
What's something that you've been learning or going through lately that you would like to share, maybe in your day-to-day job, maybe something you've been reading? What would one thing be?
So I would say this past month or so, I finally feel like I am able to add value to the team without having to reach out to anybody. That I've grown enough to be able to give my 2 cents, give my advice, and also offer to help without, needing to go to my managers or some of my senior analysts.
Share with me why it was originally that you came to work for Chick-Fil-A in high school, but then also why did you then choose to even have a job during college, but continue your time with Chick-Fil-A in Athens?
So I thought it'd be a good environment. And so, I started there and I realized that it was more than just people my age and a job. It was a great environment to, make friends, to be able to learn how to serve customers. It was a good way for me to break out of my shell and learn how to communicate with adults, communicate with people that I hadn't known. And I didn't realize, because Chick-fil-A was the first job I'd had, I didn't realize how good I had it.
Half of a life and career is doing things that you're good at and you enjoy and help other people. The other half of it is doing it in an environment you enjoy and with other people you enjoy being around. Thinking back on your time at Chick-fil-A, what would be 2 or 3 takeaways or things you remember learning?
So 3 things I would consider are communication, teamwork, and leadership. And I learned that through communication, there's a lot less mistakes. Everyone knows what's going on. We're able to be more efficient and do things in a more timely manner.
Robert, if you were having the opportunity here on this video to speak with someone who maybe they're still in college or they're not quite as far along, they either aren't sure what they're going to do or they're just looking to keep their growth momentum up to pace, what would be some experience or some insight that you would share to them?
I think just doing a little self-reflection and figuring out what you enjoy, and maybe not that exact thing, is an option. But again, trying to see what that can be incorporated into interests. One thing that I learned, and a lesson that I learned, is that whatever habits that I instilled working at Chick-fil-A carries into my career. So you can say, I can make some shortcuts here and there, but when I'm in my career, I won't make them. But that's just not how it works. You instill those habits, you can't hide those. The habits that I had created, allowed me to have those leadership opportunities that, again, people love to hear about, employers love to hear about. If you're wanting to maximize your growth, whatever you're doing, even if it doesn't seem important, give it your effort, because that will establish habits that will carry into a career that will be noticed by your employers.
Basically, your output and really who you are even is just a function of your habits, right? And so if you oversleep, you don't give your best effort, you don't exercise, you don't communicate, that has to grow and build over time. And so you can't just flip a switch and turn that on at a certain point when you decide to. Well, Robert, before we move to kind of wrapping up here, what would be any final thoughts you would share?
Chick-fil-A was a great opportunity, stepping stone, launch pad for me. It was a great environment. Whoever you hang around, whoever you work with, it's hard not to become just like them. It's hard for you to stand out. And so if you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who want to be the best they can be in a scenario in which they may not, see themselves in the next 10 years. That's again, it's a great launch pad.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks.